Hi everyone, and welcome to Yellow Cottage Soapery. I am making a soap using the fragrance Kiss and Tell from Nature's Garden. I've made it before a while back, and I've been wanting to remake it and just hadn't yet. The colors I used before were a light pink and a light green, but I decided instead, I don't know why I just did that, I'm using a brighter pink. This is Voodoo Pink from Mad Oils. I've got a couple different greens in here. A neon green, a Let Us Entertain You from Mad Oils, and then this pink is a, let's see, what is it? It's a combination of Hot Pants from Mad Oils and Neon Pink from Mad Oils. And I did add a little bit of Snow White from Mad Oils too, because it seemed like it was too neon-like. So this is more of a brighter pink. So it's kind of a brighter pink. I don't know if they look the same on camera. They kind of do, don't they? They look a lot the same. Well, that's weird, because down on the table they don't. The Voodoo looks darker, and this looks lighter. And I'm going to try to do it like when I made a vintage petal soap a couple weeks ago, I tried to do like a secret feather swirl, and it kind of ended up looking like a flower, sort of, almost like a tulip. So I think I'm going to try to do that. I thought it'd be pretty if I could get a flower in the center of it. And then I'm going to pipe on the top. I have 4 piping bags ready because I'm just going to do, I'm going to do a white base with the 3 colors. I'm going to pipe in white on the top. And then I've got 2 different small flower tips to do the 2 pinks of just small little flowers on top of the white. And then a green, a little bit of the green for leaves. So let's go ahead and get started. My goggles. when I was filling up my piping bag, I realized I didn't use as much of the two pinks as I should have, and I knew I was going to have a lot extra because I just want some little flowers on the top. So all I did was do a row of pink, a row of the darker pink, the lighter pink, the darker pink, and then just did a skewer through it. I think my white is ready to pipe now, but I know the others aren't, and it's because I didn't stick blend them. And I realized the mistake I made right off the bat with this soap. Of course, I won't know for sure until I cut it, but a lot of times when you're doing, I think with the Secret Feather, you want, you know, if you have a divider in the center, it keeps all of your colors right in the center. And when I made the soap before, if you saw the other video, I had stick blended all the colors, so they were a little bit thicker than this. So when I poured them, they stayed right in the center. Now, of course, I stick blended the titanium dioxide and it got thicker. However, my colors, I just had pre-mixed and I whisked them into the soap, so they were thinner. And as I was pouring it, you could see the colors kind of going out to the sides, spreading out to the sides instead of staying in the center. And so I knew right off the bat my design was not going to work because they had spread, and that's not, you know, you're supposed to kind of keep it down the center. And so I went ahead and did what my plan was, which was to run the hanger through it. I did try, if you could tell in the video, I did try to kind of put white down in on the sides to try to push it back in, but I really just think that it's not going to turn out how it did the last time I did it. So this is still definitely a learning thing for me. It always will be, because I will always be trying different things and new things, and I will do the same things over and over, and I know they will not turn out the same each time. And that's the fun for me of making soap, is you really don't know what you're gonna get. And the best part about it, honestly, for me, let me make sure you're in the camera, okay, is that I learned something this time. And that is, it would have worked perfectly fine how I did it if I had had dividers. You know, a divider and it was all in the center. Or all of my batter needs to be about the same consistency, which means I will have to stick blend all the colors, because for me, I mean, you can't not stick blend titanium dioxide, in my opinion. Even if you pre-mix it, you'll get the white specks. Now, you know, maybe this isn't true for everybody, but this is true in my case for either the oil-based or the water-based. It doesn't matter which. I have found that you get white spots if you don't thoroughly mix it in to your soap. So with that being said, I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I did learn a lesson that my batter should be the same consistency when doing a design like this. Now, this, on the other hand, was cool the other night when I did the soap where I did it in the slab mold with like the rainbow kind of colors, the fruit scented one. Because the white was making the colors kind of spread out more. So in that sense, it worked, you know, I thought it was kind of neat. So it can go both ways. You know, you can use it to your advantage, or it may not work for what you want at all. So, I think I've said it before, I always kind of gently tap down after I pipe, because I don't like it when you cut it and you can see like the holes through it from the piping that stood up higher. That's just a personal weird thing for me, so I do tap it a little for that reason. Now, I'll try to do this, but I can see right now it's going to drip out because it's not ready. So I'm going to let it set for probably 10 minutes and get my stuff cleaned up, and I'll be back to pipe on the top with the flowers. Hey guys, I am back to pipe the little flowers on the soap. I even went ahead and made oatmeal milk and honey in my slab mold while I waited for this to thicken. This was another reason I should have stick blended it so that this would, if I had, this would have been done by now. I did a couple little test flowers and I think it's going to be fine. I'm just going to randomly place them. Okay, now I'm going to do leaves. This is a different leaf tip. This is 352 Wilton. Can't remember what one I used the other night, but there's a couple different styles of leaf tips. And these tips are, the darker pink I used a Wilton 30, and the brighter pink I used 106 Wilton. So this one with this leaf tip, you can see it's like an alligator mouth. Just lay it kind of flat against what you're doing and squeeze it and kind of pull it towards you. I'm not going to do all of the flowers because that might be a little overkill. I don't love this tip, that's why I don't use it very often. It's kind of weird, especially right now because my soap isn't as thick as it should be for piping. back the next day to cut this soap, and I put a picture on it in one of my Facebook groups, and I didn't have a name for it, and somebody suggested French Kiss because it reminded them of French, or something French, because of the flowers, and I was like, that's perfect. So that's what I'm gonna name it. And I cut one piece just to make sure it was okay to cut. And focus out. You can see that if the colors were a little bit thicker and not as runny, I think that obviously the white would have stayed on the bottom because I poured white first, and then it would have been green. So this does look like a flower. It just was supposed to be up a little higher and not spread out. So it's kind of what I predicted because of the colors were more fluid than the white batter was. So it's still pretty. It's just not what I intended. I just smeared the color in the white. It's not what I intended at all, but it's pretty, and I'll know for next time when I try this design how to do it differently. It is still very soft. Usually I pick it up and show you guys the sides and stuff, but it is still soft. And this I usually have trouble. I need to see, it's just soft, and I'm touching it, and I need to not touch it. I did use my acrylic mold, which I was having, have been having issues getting the bottom out, and somebody suggested that I put a piece of parchment paper over the top of the plastic piece before I pour it. And I got that comment after I had already poured this soap. So I definitely would try it next time. For whatever reason, the bottom slid right off this time. So, but I will definitely try that next time. And I can't believe I didn't think of that, because it's something so simple, but probably would work great. I think I'll just cut one more, and then I'm going to let it set until tomorrow. But I was just dying to see what it ended up doing inside. Even though I already had an idea. But I do like the colors of it. And you can see, I don't know if the camera picks it up or not, but you can see where the darker pink looks like it outlined the lighter pink. It's really kind of cool. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next video.